by the power of Grayskull.
Hey everybody, it's the Review Revolution, back at you again, and today we're taking a look at the second of the San Diego Comic-Con Mattel's Masters of the Universe exclusive. This one, of course, being the Mo-Larr vs. Skeletor 2-pack. Now, most folks, I think, do recognize that this is actually a really great idea. Not only does it pay tribute to the Robot Chicken sketch, who actually was just spoofing or kind of doing a tribute to the Masters of the Universe characters and the figures, and this one is a big treat. First off, I guess taking a look at the packaging. Of course, it's obviously the Master Universe packaging. Has the lightning, no dimple, no air holes. Actually, that's not quite true. There are air holes actually at the top, up here. So they do actually have air holes. It's got the brickwork, Mo-Larr versus Skeletor, Mo-Larr Eternian Dentist, Skeletor Evil Lord of Destruction. And of course the adult collector, which I've talked about already. Now on the back we've got other figures: Teela, He-Man, Man-at-Arms, the good guys, Beast-Man, dental floss not included, so he's all tied up with the dental floss, and actually Grizzlor with a expletive drill not included. So far, this is the first box that I've seen recently that has actually got a picture of an upcoming figure. So, despite the fact that they decide to make a little gag out of it, I think it's really cool that we actually get to see an upcoming figure. We haven't seen that in a while. But on the bios, there is Mo-Larr, the Eternian Dentist. And I like how on the portraits here, they use the source material, the actual picture from the source, not some, picture that they drew or some painting they commissioned. They just went ahead and took a shot straight from the show. It's cool. It's really great. Real name, Dr. Mo-Larr. When an impacted wisdom tooth or infected molar threatens the oral health of anyone in the dark or light hemisphere, Mo-Larr, Eternian Dentist, is called. Relentlessly dedicated to his craft, Mo-Larr has been known to travel to the gates of Snake Mountain itself to insist his clients keep their appointments. Whether hero or villain, it's all the same to Mo-Larr, the sworn enemies of all Eternian cavities. And Skeletor, again, getting the source material portrait, so the actual source material from where this Skeletor is actually coming from. Real name Keldor, and it's important to point out that unlike Batman and Superman, who, whether they're single-carded or multi-packs, always have the same bio, here Skeletor actually has a completely original one for the box. Although lacking any skin, Skeletor's bony exterior has left him open to oral decay and poor dental hygiene. When his wails of pain become too much, his servants Grizzlor and Beastman have been known to call upon the only expert in Eternia who can help, Mo-Larr, Eternian Dentist. Quick to forget, Skeletor often loses track of his appointments, distracted by his massage chair and Eternian periodical collection. I guess that's another thing about the packaging, as I pointed out. It's a great diorama. It really, really is. The chair, it's part of the packaging. It doesn't come with a chair, so when you take the figures out, sorry, chair doesn't come with it. So, one reason to keep them in pack, and it may be a little hard to see, but there is a magazine with the Sorceress on the cover, Explodar. So whether that's a genuine magazine or some sort of tabloid, I'm not sure. But yeah, it's something where with this packaging especially, I'm very, very glad that I was able to get two. This 2-pack was on the Matty site for a couple of days actually. So I really do hope that anyone who was after one did get it. And I would say that if you weren't sure and you got it anyway, even if you're not a fan, even if you don't plan on opening the pack, I would say don't. I would say don't open it. If you only got one and you're not that big a fan, you just thought you try it out maybe, leave it in the pack. Leave it in the pack. It's going to be something where you're certainly going to appreciate it more impact than out. At least I am so far. But we are going to take a moment. We're going to pop this one open, get a look, have some fun. Be right back. All right, everybody, we're back, and we're going to look at the doctor first. Doctor first, patient second. So we've got Mo-Larr, the attorney and dentist, and very much like all the other Masters of the Universe classic figures, Mattel has said that the idea behind the line was to go ahead and do the characters as if they were in an updated vintage form. So basically, if Mo-Larr had ever been in the vintage line, this is how he would have looked. It's very different from the kind of generic claymation style face that Robot Chicken has. Has certainly a much more personality. Still has that big pearly white smile that was seen throughout the show or throughout the episode. Got a much nicer hairstyle. Still kept the great temples. So, give him a little, what's the word? What's the word I was looking for? Come on, guys. Makes him look a little more distinguished. There you go. Thank you. Yeah, it's actually really nice. I actually really think this is a cool character. For any naysayer out there, you got to get one. You got to get one and have it before you make the call. This is just very, very cool. Take a look. Now he does have the He-Man boots, kind of the ones that I was mentioning on Adam were really, really bad. Actually, in the case of Mo-Larr, not so bad. Actually, pretty good. He's got his dental jacket, which again is just kind of a body piece. Kind of Mattel's discovered that if you just put they've taken a page out of Diamond's book with the Mini-Mates and said if you just slip some sort of cover over the body, you can pretty much do anything you want. So, in this case here they have Mo-Larr with his dental jacket. And of course, he has the tooth with the little plaque hook on in the pocket. Very, very cool. It's got the buttons and the stitches also along the arms. Now he is an Eternian, so he is kind of a barbaric type of dentist. So he has the torn sleeves. That's a nice touch. Got the powder blue gloves. And just because I was someone dared me, a friend of mine from Second Life dared me. Cat, if you take a look underneath the skirt, you see that he actually does have blue shorts also. So, for the cat in Second Life, friend of mine, there you go. You dared me and I did it. But actually, really, really nice, really cool. On his articulation, of course, his head is on a ball joint. So it'll go up and down, side to side. His hair is kind of long. He's got a little bit of a longer hairstyle, so the up and down isn't great, but it is there. The shoulder comes up, twist the bicep, elbow, and wrist. No crunch, obviously no crunch with the body piece, but he does have a twist, ever so slight. The legs will come out a bit. They'll come out a bit here. They do actually twist and bend at the knee, at the boot, and then at the foot. So typical Masters of the Universe classic articulation. Now, because Mo-Larr wasn't enough by himself, he also comes with his dental floss. I guess if you need to tie up Beastman, it does actually pull out, and you can open it up to wrap it up and put it back in. Of course, for anyone who's been to the dentist recently, there is the mirror, the suction I guess. Everybody's favorite dental tool, the drill. The dental drill. And then finally, the pliers with someone's tooth. I'll tell you what, let's take a moment, stick around, we'll find out whose tooth that was. And so it turns out that the tooth in Mo-Larr's pliers was from the evil Lord Destruction, Skeletor. Looking much worse for his encounter or for his appointment. If I bring in the other Skeletor, the actual, I guess, Skeletor from the Master Universe line, I mean, obviously, you know, the missing tooth notwithstanding, he also has a much more kind of chagrined, I guess, if that's the right word, expression on his face. You know, the eyes are sculpted a little bit more in a little more pathetic kind of way. But actually really funny. Really, really great. Great gag. I love it. Purely on a figure basis, though, you can probably see that the original Skeletor has a more yellow face. There is a substantial amount of green that they've got on this Skeletor, which I don't know if that was to try and match him closer to the Robot Chicken version. That I'm not too sure about. But really, other than the head, it's the exact same figure. It's the exact same Skeletor. Same armor, same sculpt, everything pretty much the same. Only other notable difference is just that on the shin guards, the original Skeletor, his shin guards are a little bit darker. But, you know, I mean, that's hardly anything. Because of it, I'm not going to go into the articulation a lot. I mean, it's something where it's just a regular Skeletor, but simply by swapping out the head and by doing just a little bit of rework on it, you know, you can really get a great kind of look for some poor guy who had to go and get a tooth pulled. He does, surprisingly enough, come with the full set of accessories for Skeletor. Both his Havoc Staff, as well as the one half of the Power Sword. And the full sword, which will, of course, fit on his back just like normal. But in this case, we'll go ahead and leave it out because we're going to take one more quick break and show off how nice it is, or how nice the packaging was, especially if you're a little careful getting the figures out. So I'll be right back. Okay, just the last little thing. We've got the inside packaging pulled out, which I was very careful to get, pulled out of the package. Make sure not to tug it or pull on anything that wasn't appropriately detached. And here we do have Skeletor and Mo-Larr together. They're in the office. Maybe bring in an assistant for Mo-Larr. And a couple other patients to wait their turn. If you're in the dentist's office, there's always someone ahead of you. But take care of your packaging. The Masters of the Universe, it makes for some great display pieces and you can have a lot of fun. But this has been the Review Revolution, taking a look at the San Diego Comic-Con, the second exclusive pack for the Masters of the Universe, Skeletor and Mo-Larr. Rate, comment, subscribe, join the revolution, have some fun. Bye-bye.